Good evening, everyone. I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you have a great week coming up. My name is Teddy Howell, and I'm a first year graduate student here at UNC Wilmington in the Masters of Education Higher Education program, and I'm doing my initial post for EDL 551 Student Development Theory, Dr. James DeVita. Within this video, I will be discussing with you my applied experience as well as the connections that my applied experience will have with the framework of theories that we read throughout the module. So without further ado, let the video begin. Um, Module one is entitled the multiple dimensions of identity, and the two main concepts that we were introduced to was student development and identity. Student development, of course, emerges within from the 1960s. College students were beginning to have more of a political impact through their within their lives with civil rights, um, anti-war protests, women's rights, anything, any major situation that shows a significance to them, they want to be a part of it, and you know, they a lot of college administrators was taking toll. Um, was very intrigued into seeing the development of the college student, and the main overall goal is making sure that they had a well-rounded education and that they develop, throughout or grow in this sense. And one particular scholar, Navid Sanford, his perspective, his take about student development, of course, is his definition was the organization of increasing complexity to the realm of college students. And his overall standpoint, he says that campus environment plays a pivotal role to the development of college students. And because of campus environment, it leads to greater development of the students towards a greater development, and with that, it presents he's that student is then presented with challenges. He is with his abilities. We see how he coped with those challenges, and then we also offer that individual with the support that they need if those challenges become overwhelming. Great foundation, great work. So then we go into the identity. Identity, of course, was based upon a psychological and view at sociological standpoints. With psychological standpoint, the individual person's his personalities, his traits, his characteristics are all on out in the open to be looked at, not the society that that person is in within themselves. And then you turn around and you have, from a sociological standpoint, is the self is developed through the interactions through society, and the society is developed first, and then that person's identity comes into play. um, Erickson, one of the first trailblazers in talking about identity theory, he basically shows through his 8 stages, um, about how a person grows from infancy to mature age. His fifth stage, adolescence, or the identity versus role confusion, shows the development of of college development. And through his identity theory, you see Marcia through taking it and applying his theory through his identity status interviews, and through his identity status interviews, you see him finding that identity is more likely to be characterized by the presence or absence of crisis and or explanation and commitment. And with that being said, this brings up into the applied experience for the semester. My applied experience for the semester, I'll be focusing on two groups. One will be one will be race, and one will be education. Most people do not see that education does play a critical role within the race, within a person's race. I know, as of me being an African American, it played a very critical role in my standpoint here. Being a graduate student here, um, throughout my education career, I went through public schools. I went through Title One schools. I've been through that were labeled Title One schools. Those Title One schools are viewed as individuals with behavior issues, people who have low test scores, people who are cannot basically afford free or reduced lunch within that population, and trying to overthrow those said stereotypes and trying to utilize my resources more and more led me going into college, being a first generation college student. um going to an HBCU also had its um negativity by some, because as intelligent as creative I was, some people did not understand why going to a HBCU was going beneath me, and I should got to challenge someone else. That was never the case. So I want to get a very standpoint overview from other races. Did they have to go through some of the experience that I did? Caucasians or Asians or Hispanics. What did education play in their role in education? Do some are you paying? Are you paying? Are you getting financial assistance? Are you influenced by family to come here, or are you here because this is a personal goal for you and no one else? So I want to really broaden to see what's going on with that. I want to get that insight from that everyone, and I'm hoping that I want to have a great time with it. I know this is serious, but it's great to see another person's point of view. So again, thank you so much for listening to me. I am again, it's very excited to meeting you all, and thank you, and I hope to see you soon.